Hi, everybody, and welcome into College of the Canyons. Just giving you a quick update. Game one of this doubleheader between Canyons and Palomar, a bit delayed. We're waiting on a second umpire. We had one of the two scheduled umpires for the game get stuck in Oregon, up there working games yesterday. Never got to his flight back home, so waiting on the other umpire who's actually working a high school softball tournament right now. So we hope to start about 12:30. Stick with us, but just a bit of a delay. We'll have it for you, the doubleheader, Palomar and College of the Canyons, here from Whitten Field in a bit. Hi, everybody, and welcome in to the Cougars Sports Network as we get you ready here at Whitten Field for game number 1 of a doubleheader between two top 20 teams in the state of California. The number 4 Palomar Comets in to have to take on the 20th ranked COC Cougars. I'm Matt Robinson, happy to have you along as always with us here on the Cougars Sports Network. A little delayed to get to started on this one. Had an umpire issue, had one umpire out of state, got stuck in Oregon or Seattle, we're not sure, but somewhere in the Pacific Northwest, so we had to call on a replacement umpire. He was actually stuck out doing a high school softball game, but has arrived, and we will go to work. First game of 2 here today from Whitten Field, and it should be an interesting one for both sides. Both teams trying to get ready for the state playoffs. We'll see if the Cougars are able to get in. Right now, 10th in RPI in Southern California, so looking very solid in terms of their ability to get in. For Palomar, of course, should make it 29-6 on the year. They've been superb on the road, 18-2 this season. Been absolutely impressive. One of the toughest teams in the state of California to play against this year. So we expect them to be not only very good today, but a very tough team for the Cougars to face. As the starting lineup for the Comets today, and Lacey Kraft, who started as the head coach of Palomar back in 2011, she'll send Allison Amato to the plate, followed by Samara Martinez, the shortstop. Then Taylor Harrison, the right fielder. Alexis Terrazas, the center fielder in the 4 spot. Kelly Nutter, the first baseman, batting 5th. Mackenzie Lefebvre, the DP today. Malaki Russell Millen, the second baseman, batting in the 7th spot. Lisa Haas, batting 8th. And Angelique Schimmerhorn, batting 9th. For Palomar, they will face Allison Melgar in the circle today for COC. 13-4 on the regular season with a 261 earned run average. 126 innings pitched for Allie this year. She's given up 118 hits. She's struck out 79, walked 50 on the season. She's given up just 47 earned runs. As we are ready to go, first inning here, as Allison Amato will step in to lead things off here for Palomar. We'll set the defense for COC. Sabrina Engelbrecht at first. Alyssa Silva at second. Memory Munoz at short. Valerie Ramirez at third. Brianne Tall playing in left field today. Ashlyn Heck out in center field. And Julia Fuentes out in right, as she has been for most of the year. Mackenzie Gardette getting the start behind the dish for COC to work as the battery with Melgar. As Amato takes the first pitch over for a called strike, and we are underway here on a Saturday afternoon from College of the Canyons in Whitten Field. Amato this season, a .528 batting average, 57 hits. She's scored 40 times this year. By the way, she's driven in 32 runs out of the leadoff spot, so a very tough out at the plate as she takes a called strike. And Melgar has started off strong, 2 pitches, 2 strikes, and it's 0-2 here to Amato. Amato takes that pitch down, so makes it 1-2. So we look for the infielder from Palomar this year for Amato. Back-to-back multi-hit games, had 3 hits against Southwestern and 3 hits against San Diego Mesa. She's 6 for her last 8. As she hits this one softly up the middle of the field, caught in the air by the second baseman Silva. 1 away here in the first inning. A little soft line drive. So Amato out, and Samara Martinez will step in, batting .394 on the year with a home run and 23 runs batted in. The Cougars this year, 22-14-1 on the season, have struggled a bit at home at times, 12-7, but you look at the RPI numbers for COC this year, and it shows you how good the lineups against have been. They've played a number of top 25 opponents this season. It's really been a difficult schedule for COC this year. And that's why the RPI where it's at puts them in the top 20 so far this year, just getting into the top 20 for the first time this season. Starting to recognize that the Cougars have played a very tough schedule. When you look down on the RPI for Southern California, as we said, Canyons 7-4 on the conference season, so they're in 3rd in the Western States East Conference. But 22 wins on the season, the RPI up around 55%. As a time on the field, time and temp at first pitch, 12:25, the opening pitch of the ball game. 68 degrees, gorgeous out, actually 73 as our numbers rechange. 73 degrees, absolutely gorgeous, not much wind today. A beautiful springtime sunny Southern California day here on the West Coast. We've been waiting on this weather to kind of turn. We've been kind of up and down a little bit as of late, but it's an absolutely gorgeous day today. Wind today kind of swirling around a little bit. It's changing between the northeast and the southeast, and gusts of up to 11 miles per hour, but pretty solid so far today. If the wind starts to blow in a little bit more, it'll make the ball a little bit tougher to travel. If we get some of those southwesterly winds here at Whitten Field, the ball will certainly carry, as we've seen a number of home runs here this season, especially on those windy days. Is this one chopped towards third, picked up by Ramirez. The throw is low, but scooped out by Engelbrecht. 2 away here in the first inning, as Martinez set down 5-3. So 2 up, 2 down. And Taylor Harrison coming to the plate for Palomar. Harrison this year, .419 on the season, leads the team in runs batted in with 39. She's done that all without any home runs this year. Harrison, 44 hits, 32 runs scored, and 105 at-bats this season as she takes a called strike. It's been a tough out as well. Just 11 strikeouts against this year for Harrison. She's walked 16 times. The slugging percentage, .619, as she's got 15 doubles and 3 triples this year. Harrison 0 for 2 last time out against San Diego Mesa. She pops this one up on the infield. Going to be a tough play. Cougars will just let it go foul. Smart play by the defense. That time Valerie Ramirez just letting it land and roll foul off to the third base side. So it'll bring Harrison back to the plate. Before that, Harrison, we were talking about San Diego Mesa on the 21st, so just a couple of days ago, went 0 for 2. Before that, had a 5-game hitting streak, went 4 for 4 against Southwestern. Actually was 5 for 7 before coming in that San Diego Mesa game. She checks her swing, able to hold up. They'll check down to first base. The umpire says yes. First strikeout of the day for Allison Melgar. She sets down the Comets in order here in the first 1, 2, 3. And at the end of a half an inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left. The Cougars coming up here from Whitten Field. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now. Welcome back into Whitten Field. We get ready for the home half of the first inning. As Allison Melgar set down Palomar 1, 2, 3. India Caldwell getting the start in the circle for Palomar here in game number 1. We'll try and follow suit. Caldwell this year, 16-3, an 0.70 ERA. Absolutely stellar this year in 120 innings. She's had 128 strikeouts this season, has only given up 19 runs, just 12 of those earned, and only given up 78 hits, so less than a hit an inning so far this year against. The Cougars will send the following to the plate for John Wismath, the head coach of COC. Alyssa Silva will lead things off. Mackenzie Gardette getting the start behind the dish will bat in the 2 spot. Ashlyn Heck, the center fielder, who leads the team in batting average and second on the team in runs batted in this year, batting 3rd. Then Allison Melgar in the 4 spot. Julia Fuentes, the right fielder, batting 5th. Brianne Tull in the 6th spot. Sabrina Engelbrecht batting 7th and playing first base. Valerie Ramirez, the 3rd baseman, in the 8th spot. And Memory Munoz, the shortstop, in the 9th spot. So a straight 9 today for COC. No flex for the Cougars today in this game number 1. As it'll be Alyssa Silva to lead things off for the Cougars, batting .299 on the year with 8 runs batted in, 32 hits, 29 runs scored for her this season as she gets the start and will lead things off facing Caldwell, who gets ready to deliver. First pitch down and in, and we are underway here in the home half of the first inning. Set the defense for you for Palomar. Nutter at first, Russell Millen at second, Martinez at short, Amato at third, Shimmerhorn in left, Terrazas in center, and Harrison in right, with Haas behind the dish working along with Caldwell as the battery for today's game. As this one popped up on the infield, a play for Caldwell, who gets out of the circle and makes the catch. So 2 pitches and 1 away here in the home half of the first inning. As here comes Mackenzie Gardette getting the rare start today. Gardette has not started many games this year, getting the chance to go in today in place of Lisa Motes, who's been the traditional starting catcher for the Cougars so far this year. But Gardette getting the chance here, takes a called strike. Batting .059 on the year, just 1 hit. Has not had a lot of at-bats this season when you look at Gardette's numbers. It's been just kind of a few and far between, just 17 at-bats so far this year as she hits that one in the air out to right field, but moving in to make the catch is Harrison, 2 down. So 2 away, it'll bring us Ashlyn Heck, who's the team leader in batting average this year, team leader in hits this year as well. Heck has been one of the best in the state this year, batting .435 on the season, 54 hits, 41 runs scored, 11 doubles, 9 triples. When you look at Heck's number, the 9 triples is really what stands out for her this season, as ranked in the state of California. We're going to try and figure it out for you here, but she is up there in terms of triples so far this year, as she has been impressive for COC when it comes to those numbers. She takes this pitch down, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. And it's really amazing. Ashlyn started the year kind of in the 2 hole was hitting behind Lisa Motes, who started the year as leadoff hitter. They'd kind of interchange, and Heck has just been so on fire that John Wismath has really had no choice but to put her down in the 3 spot and give her a chance to try and drive in runs, as she's been the most consistent and dangerous Cougar hitter. She takes a big hack, swings over a pitch that rises in the zone, and it makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. She waits and takes that pitch. And that's been another thing about Ashlyn so far this year, is the ability to wait on the right pitch in the right spot. Give herself a chance to drive something somewhere, as she has a 3-1 count. So a good hitter's count here facing Caldwell. Swings through a fastball, and it makes it 3-2. Really good pitch by Caldwell. Might have had a little bit of a cut to it. Little late movement on it. Gets Heck to swing through it. So payoff pitch upcoming, 3-2 with 2 away here in the first. Heck swings and drives it in the air towards left field, but it falls foul. She'll come back to the dish, and we'll do it again. So unfortunately, the state does not track triples leaders, at least on their initial page, so we'll try and get it for you here. You look for Heck, she's second in the state in triples this year. She swings and hits this one on one hopper towards the shortstop, Martinez, who picks up and fires to first, gets her by a step and a half, and that'll end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down, 6 retired so far in the ball game, 3 for each side. We head to the second inning. No score between COC and Palomar here from Whitten Field.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
To the top of the second, leading off for the Comets and batting first, number 10, center fielder, Alexia Terrazas.
Dialed in, and when you're ready, you just let me know. As we go back here to the second inning, we're trying to get our SID extraordinaire, Jesse Munoz, dialed in here. Forgot what it's like to put on a headset. He might join us here in a little bit. We're trying to get him lined up as we go to the second inning. Terrazas, Nutter, and Lefebvre to start here for Palomar in the second inning against Allison Melgar. There's 1, 2, 3 for each side, so a clean first inning for both squads. Terrazas, 361 on the year for Palomar this season. 2 home runs, 18 runs batted in as she takes that pitch inside. It was a legal pitch from Melgar, and the home plate umpire going to come out and have a chat with her. John Wismath going to walk his way out there as well. As we'll bring Jesse Munoz in now. Jesse, good to have you on.
Matt, it's a pleasure. It's been a little while, huh?
It's been a long while.
Back in the saddle here today.
Back in the saddle for you.
Beautiful day at Whitten Field.
It's been since football season, man.
It has been. I apologize if I'm a little rusty, but I'll follow your lead and we'll make the best of it here
I've been
today.
bothering you to join me for basketball and soccer and volleyball, but we get you for softball here today. So
Today's the day.
And so the illegal pitch discussion is over. So Melgar back in the circle on the rubber, and Terrazas stands in at the plate. She takes the pitch high, so Melgar falls behind. 3 balls and no strikes. For Allie this year, really, when she doesn't get herself into trouble early in ball games, can really be a lockdown pitcher. We've seen her kind of be the #1 for most of the year, Jesse. And lately, it's kind of been turned into Sam Flores' show inside the circle this year.
Yeah, you know, Flores got a string of starts, showed some success there. You know, talking to Coach Wismath, he likes that ability to flex back and forth between his 2 pitchers. Doesn't really see one as a true 1 or 2. Both of them have that ability to come in and control the ball game for him.
The big difference between the two, really, Allie's prowess at the plate this year. She's been very good at the dish, and we'll see her lead things off in the next inning. She gets herself back into this count on a foul ball from Terrazas. So it makes it 3-2 and a payoff pitch upcoming. Terrazas fights one away once again. Terrazas, another difficult out in this Palomar lineup, really stacked with him. You look, Amato 500 on the year. Martinez batting almost 400. Harrison up over 400. Terrazas up over 350. Lefebvre, who's due up 3rd in this inning, batting 427 on the season. You talk about Russell Millen at 330 and Haas at 300. It's just a difficult, deep lineup, and you see why they're the #4 team in the state this year.
Yeah, it took the words right out of my mouth. Very talented and highly regarded up and down the lineup. I'm sure you already talked about it in the circle. You know, obviously a pitcher with some talent there. Cougars are going to have their work cut out for them here. But, you know, knowing this team and seeing a little bit how they played, they seem to rise to the occasion with some of these top-ranked teams around the region and the state. And I expect nothing else than that today.
Well, I mean, and you saw it last week against Mount Sac. Yeah, you lost both games in 8-run rule games, but you were in both of those games until late in the ball game. And really, that was kind of just a little bit of a few mistakes here and there. It was a good play by Melgar to get the first out at first base of the inning as she's able to cut down Nutter, who sacrifices over 1 away.
And like you said, Matt, you don't get the win there, but you show that you can play with those upper echelon teams and what that does for your confidence heading into a potential postseason matchup. You know, Coach Wismath has shown that the last couple of years playing those top-tier teams towards the end of the season heading into the postseason.
So now we're back out to the circle again here with Allie Melgar. I wonder what the problem is.
You know, there was a footing issue they were complaining about in the box. I think maybe the late spray down with the delay that we had here.
They almost got too much water on the field, it seems.
You know, and you want to make sure the conditions are up to par, but hate to slow down Melgar here. Seem to be getting into a rhythm.
Yep, and here comes John Wismath again with the rake. And it looks like we actually have the ground screw here as well. Going to bring out some dirt and try and settle things up. And it was almost, they got too much water down on the field, I think, early, trying to wait and kind of just delay.
I think the timing was, you know, you get out of your routine, you're used to doing one thing, and you know, that gets extended a little bit. You take an extra round to infield, and then you're playing catch-up, and, you know, maybe just didn't have the time to properly dry out. But Coach Wismath with a rake, he can do a lot of things well. I've seen that gentleman out on the field taking care of things. And, of course, with the assistance of our fabulous grounds facilities crew here at College of the Canyons, we'll be back up and running here in no time.
So it looks like 1 away in the inning. That's the official. I was wondering maybe if there was some sort of illegal play on the pitch, but
yeah, but again, I saw 2 batters. Heck, after the foul ball came over and had to clear cleats. Melgar, when he went to retrieve the bat, came back and did the same thing. So Coach Jasmine Esparza out there to assist.
and the entire Cougar crew now, the entire infield basically over trying to clear out the dirt from their spikes.
And again, we're, primarily used to that dry California weather,
We've
field
had
conditions.
we've had some wet conditions.
A few wet
here
ones,
this year.
and you know, believe it or not, we had a snow out pre-pandemic. If you can buy that one, there's a picture on the Instagram page. But again, for the most part, this isn't something.
No, we're not used to this here in Southern California, and that's why I think the dirt kind of throwing everybody off a little bit. And now it looks like Lacey Kraft out to talk to the home plate umpire. She's complaining about the way the line is drawn on, I think. It looks like it's a little off from home plate. And so now I think they might have to redo things again.
Well, we'll have to take a look. But again, you'd feel like that would be something maybe you point out pregame or at least in the first inning.
And now John Wismath out there to talk to Lacey Kraft and the home plate umpire and trying to solve everything right now. I mean, and it does make a bit of a difference in terms of the pitching. You have to be inside that box when you're coming to the plate.
Trying to see what her main concern is there.
And I mean, Lacey Kraft looks pretty hot. Kind of marching back and forward, was pointing at the ground, actually was drawing lines in the dirt. John Wismath doing the same thing here. So now we've got some back and forward little, and I mean, I don't blame Lacey Kraft at all. You want the field to be in the right proper conditions, especially with such a big game.
And you wonder too if it was an actual misalignment, or like we talked about earlier, that wetness, that footing, that, you know, the perfect storm of circumstances, so to speak. That.
Well, how about this for your first game?
Yeah, hey, some dead air time to fill. I'm just trying to get back in the flow of things here. Like I said, we'll be back underway here.
When you can see John Wismath out there, he's actually got his hands in the dirt trying to clean up the line.
And again,
even Memory Munoz down there sweeping dirt away.
It's a team effort, and you know, again, the facilities and fields here are a point of pride for our programs and our coaches. So I know John wants to make it right and get this ball game back underway.
Yeah, he's almost obsessive about it at times. Cracks me up before games how he's out there.
And that's why, I mean, the fact that anyone's pointed out was something wrong is usually something that would have been addressed pregame.
All right, so it looks like we're back ready to go. So Lefebvre will step in, batting .427 on the year with a runner out at second base. And one away here in the second inning. Lefebvre 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in, another dangerous bat up and down this lineup for Palomar. As she faces Melgar and cuts through a fastball and misses, so it's 0-1.
Love to see that coming out of the delay. Come right back at the batter. Set the tone here.
Oh, no hesitation from Allie, too. Just fired, delivered hard. And she is a little bit more of a power pitcher compared to Sam Flores, who we'll probably see in game number 2. As you can see, Melgar that time with the rise ball, little upward movement into the zone, and she's ahead 0-2.
I wouldn't hesitate to say maybe a little bit of attitude behind those last 2 pitches. Hey, you're going to make me wait? Well, here it comes. Here's my best stuff. Back to back. Let's see if you can hit it.
Checks the wristband as we'll get ready to go on a 0-2 pitch to Lefebvre. And she fouls it off the inside of her bat and away. So we'll stay at 0-2.
And same mindset there, coming up and in on her. Almost got that one through.
So we wait on the 0-2 pitch. Melgar goes up and away that time. Little change of the level, change the direction. Makes it 1-2. That's something Allie has done pretty well this year as well. She changes levels a lot and is able to use that fastball and work off the rise to get batters to chase things. As it falls to 2-2 now, couldn't get Lefebvre to chase that time, and you can see she's kind of locked herself in here with 2 strikes. And that's what makes this Palomar offensive lineup so difficult to play against, is that ability to lock in when you have 2 strikes. That one misses just inside. I think if Gardette holds on to it, you might get a strike 3 call. Instead, the count is full, so a payoff pitch upcoming.
Yeah, right there. I mean, I gave the old head tilt, where was that one, but I think you're right. That's framed and caught a little bit better.
So we hit on the 3-2. Terrazas out at second base after the leadoff walk. This one hit in the air towards left field, shallow left field, Tall driving in. Will make the catch. 2 away here in the second inning.
Back to your point, Matt, every at-bat's a battle here today. There's not going to be any easy outs. I think Melgar knows that. I think Coach Wismath knows that. And so it's imperative you keep that concentration throughout, regardless of the delay, regardless of the sequence, what's happening behind you. Can't give them anything here.
Because you're exactly no off hitters here in this Palomar lineup. Malachi Russell Martin coming in. She's batting .330 on the year. Takes the first pitch on the outer half for a called strike. Good pitch that time from Melgar. Makes it 0-1.
And a long trip up the 5 freeway for this Palomar Comets team, so you know that they're coming in here raring to go and do not want to be disappointed.
This one lined up the third baseline foul, so we'll do it again.
I'm going to put the over-under on that trip at about 4.5 heading home tonight.
Yeah, tonight on a Saturday. Luckily, well, the problem is you're going to deal with some Dodgers-Padres traffic, because Dodgers fans are traveling down there all weekend this weekend. Big series in the Bigs. Out here in the NL West. So we wait on the 0-2. Rise ball misses up. Couldn't get her to chase, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 away with a runner at second base. Leadoff walk for Terrazas, and that's been it so far in the ballgame. So we'll go back to work, waiting on the 1-2 from Melgar. On the way to Russell Millen, popped up foul territory, and Ramirez unable to make the catch in foul ground. So we'll do it again at 1-2.
That's a tough play. She got a good break on it, going back behind her. Wiz would always love for his infielder to come up with that one, but that was a tough one.
And it's just hit hard enough to get over the head, but softly enough that it lands where nobody can get to it. We haven't seen really a hard hit ball yet here, although we're just in the second inning. Just tells you how good both pitchers have been here early on. Is this one fouled away straight back, so we'll do it again at 1-2. Melgar has some extra heat behind her stuff today, it seems. Not a lot of off-speed pitches coming off her arm. I don't expect to see much of the same from India Caldwell. She can mix all 3-4 pitches in.
I mean, just looking at Melgar warming up, coming out of the...
So there's the changeup lifted in the air to right, but Fuentes has a play on it. Will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. So a leadoff walk, nothing else. Couple of flyouts, and we head to the home half of the second inning. No score between COC and Palomar here from Whitten Field.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Bottom half of the second inning we go. Cougars will send Melgar, Fuentes, and Tall to the plate as they face India Caldwell. So Melgar going to try and help herself out here after a good second inning. Gave up the walk, but nothing else. And she'll step in, hitting .432 on the year with 32 runs batted in. Leads the team with 5 home runs this season. The power numbers have certainly come alive as of late for Melgar, who has been ripping the ball, but she takes a cut at the first pitch, chops it softly towards the first baseman, Nutter. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the second inning.
Tough break there. You like the aggressiveness coming out of the dugout there and out of the break. Started to say before, I feel like Melgar is feeling good about herself today. Saw her warming up and in the batter circle. You know, again, she's going to have to bring it today, and that looks like what she's intent on doing.
Cougars need a split here today, really, if you look at it. You'd love 2 wins, but at the very least, you need a split. Get yourself in a chance to make the playoffs. Only a couple of games left in the regular season. You sit right now at 7-4 in the Western States Conference East Division. 22-14-1, you think you're in. Your RPI is at 10. You might climb a little bit with these 2 games against Palomar, if you can, especially if you can win one. Fuentes swings through a pitch, and he's behind in the count, nothing in 2. Batting .358 is Julia this year, 39 hits, has scored 25 times, 3 home runs, 29 runs batted in. Had a little bit of a tough run middle part of the year, had some injury trouble, but has come back around and come back on here as of late. And she's down on strikes. First strikeout of the day for Caldwell, her 129th of the year. 2 down, and Bree Tall will step in.
And I think Caldwell now is starting to feel it. You get the quick out on the first pitch, you come back with the strikeout. You know, already a highly regarded. The stats speak for themselves. And now here we go, though. Again, another challenge. Brianne Tall having a fantastic year. We'll see what she can do.
You got to imagine you see Caldwell twice today if you're COC. You might see Freya Stephanie in game 2 to start, but anything close, and Caldwell is certainly going to be called upon for Palomar. As Tall swings and misses, the count even at 1-1. Bree batting .295 on the year, 2 home runs, 27 runs batted in. This 4-5-6, really 3-4-5-6 group for the Cougars this year has been good, driving the ball in gaps. You talk about between all of them, multiple home runs this season. Melgar obviously the leader as Tall fouls this one away, and it makes it 1-2.
Yeah, Matt, I mean, I feel like the whole first top half of this lineup has taken turns kind of carrying the load, so to speak. You know, Tall, a former athlete of the week, College of the Canyons athlete of the week this season, Ashlyn Heck, Melgar, each getting their licks in. A lot of big numbers out there.
That one misses away, makes the count 2-2, and you're exactly right. All 4 of them have really led the team at some point in time. The only one we're not talking about today, Lisa Mote's not in the lineup here for game number 1, but between the 5 of them have really been the leaders for the Cougars this year offensively. Kind of all of them can get things going. Is good take by Tall on a rise ball. The count now 3-2 with 2 away here in the second inning.
And again, it's nice to have that ability to not have to depend on somebody every at bat, every game, to have, the other players pick them up, take their turn, pick their shots.
It's a wonderful problem to have as Tall finks this one off foul up the first base line, so it makes it 3-2. We'll do it again.
And I know Tall, someone that Coach Wismath and his staff are very excited about offensively and defensively, holding it down in left field here all season.
Tall family made their way down today from the Bay Area. Bree's dad came over, said hi. We appreciate him watching. I heard Grandpa watching at home as well. As this one chopped towards the shortstop, picked up, and that will do it for the inning. So Tall down 6-3. 6 up, 6 down so far for Caldwell. We head to the third inning. No score between COC and Palomar here from Whitten Field. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Number 14, catcher Elisa Moss.
So we go back into the third inning here. Melgar set down 6 of the first 7 she's faced, as she'll face Elisa Haas here to lead things off in this third inning. Neither team with a hit in the ball game so far. It's been a good pitching duel through 2 full as we go to the third. Haas batting .300 on the year, 16 runs batted in. This pitch fouled away. So Melgar way ahead here, 0-2.
I feel like no secrets here from Melgar. She's come with the same approach pretty much every batter. You know, being able to get those high strikes, and they're just not, not able to catch up with her. There's another high one.
Yeah, she's, as you said, pretty much exclusively lived up in the zone today. Really has not fed anything down. Maybe seeing something in Palomar's lineup saying, I'm going to challenge them high in the zone, make them try and hit those pitches that are up, which really for softball, always one of the toughest pitches to hit anyway is that rise ball. I mean, you've seen one video, you've seen 1,000 of them where the baseball player goes against the softball player and can't hit the rise. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Haas. 21 hits, 21 runs scored for Haas this season. Hitting out of the 8 spot, nearly gets hit. An illegal pitch from Melgar once again. So second illegal pitch called against her here in the ball game. So we wait on the 3-2. That one called strike 3 on the inside corner. Second strikeout of the ball game for Melgar. One away here in the third inning.
And that's exactly what she was trying to do the sequence before. And again, we go back to the previous inning where the ball was dropped, hitting that corner right there. And it's important not to waste those pitchers, give them any extra outs, waste that pitch, excuse me, get the punch outs when you can, build that confidence, and here we go.
Angelique Schimmerhorn going to step in, 242 on the year, 4 runs batted in this season, has had limited at-bats, just 8 hits so far this year for Schimmerhorn. As she steps in and fouls the first pitch away, it's 0-1.
Matt, you've been watching a little closely. I don't think Melgar has been behind in a batter yet.
I think the walk to Terrazas has been the only batter she's been behind, but otherwise she's been very good, been very ahead in counts as this one hits softly on the third base side in a slick defensive play by Valerie Ramirez for the second out here of the third inning.
Nice quick first step, able to gather the ball, scoop and throw. Coach Wismouth would certainly like to see that, and again, not giving them anything cheap. That could have easily been an infield single or getting the runner on base, and you just cannot give Palomar those opportunities. So nice job out there.
No, we've talked about it up and down. You cannot give them extra outs, give them base runners. It makes it very tough. As we go back to Amato, who lined softly to the second baseman to lead things off in the ball game. Second time through the lineup here for the Comets today. We talked about Amato batting .528, leading the squad, and she's been really impressive so far this year. This one popped up and foul ground, and Ramirez makes a nice play, chasing it down over her shoulder. 3 up, 3 down here in the third. A good pitching start for Allison Melgar. We head to the home half. No score between COC and Palomar.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
Jersey Mike's, the number 7, Mike's Way, no onions, extra banana peppers.
That's Leslie Galavez of the Western States Conference champion women's tennis team. Giving a shout out to one of our favorite sponsors, Jersey Mike's. They've been such a supporter of COC Athletics all year long. She told you the number 7 Mike's Way. Extra banana peppers, it's a good one. You go get it. Jersey Mike's, you can't beat it. And make sure you stay tuned after this ball game. We'll have a special presentation. Get to know the women's tennis team. The Western States Conference champions this year. Had a phenomenal year for COC and just a great story.
Very proud of our women's tennis team. Head coach Patty Labatt, all the girls. Tremendous season, still a very young program here for us, having debuted in 2018. So please watch, learn a little bit more about those hardworking ladies.
As we go to work here in the third inning, Engelbrecht first pitch swinging, hits a soft liner right at the second baseman, Russell Millen, and one away.
That's deja vu all over again. First pitch, little nubber down the first base line. Real quick, want to give Valerie Ramirez a shout out on that last defensive play to end the inning. There was a similar type ball hit the inning before. Felt like John Wismath maybe moved her over into a better position, and then there she was to come up with the big out.
She stands in, batting .208 on the year. Has scored 11 times, has reached 11 times. So pretty much when she gets on, she can get around and score. Ramirez runs pretty well. Plays a solid third base this year. Has been kind of one of those crew. You talk about the second level for COC this year. Been in and out of the lineup. The 5 that have really gone every game pretty much this year: Moats, Tall, Melgar, Heck, and Fuentes. Engelbrecht, Ramirez, Munoz, Silva, Gardette, kind of the ones in that second tier that kind of get in, get out, get in, get out. Ramirez has been one of those, has kind of played shortstop, has now moved over to third base. As she swings, lines this one up the first base line, but just foul.
And again, one of those types of players that provide your squad with that flexibility. Move around the infield, go in and run if you need to, can start and perform well when called upon. So again, the more players like that you have in your lineup, the more flexibility it gives Coach Wismath, and the better the outcomes are going to be.
No balls and 2 strikes, the count here to Ramirez. As Caldwell goes back to work, Ramirez fouls it straight back. Good battle here with Caldwell and Ramirez. And this is kind of an at-bat you need from the bottom half of your lineup for COC. Cannot give India Caldwell easy outs, and Ramirez kind of challenging her right now.
I've been impressed with the approach from all the Cougars so far. I feel like this is something they probably keyed on coming into it, that, listen, the focus is imperative every game, but especially here and against this type of pitcher. Can't do anything about that. Got the better of her, but hey, the battle is there. She's hanging in there. She's fouling them off.
Second strikeout of the ball game for Caldwell. 2 down, and Memory Munoz coming in. Cougars looking for their first base runner in the ball game. Munoz batting .246 on the year, has a home run and 6 runs batted in. This is jokingly the cousin of Jesse Munoz.
We are, I'm sure, related somewhere along the line. Always happy to cheer for a Munoz, that's for sure.
She takes a called strike. Caldwell has worked ahead for pretty much the start of the ball game and beyond. It's 8 up, 8 down so far, as Munoz trying to break that streak and give the Cougars their first base runner. Takes the pitch up and away, and the count is even at 1-1.
Munoz, another one that's played some third, played some shortstop. You know, doesn't mind if you just want her to be the designated fielder, doesn't mind if she's in the lineup, you know, willing to do whatever it takes. Important part of this team.
Yeah, we've seen her as the flex a number of times this year. Well, Malgar's in the circle this year, or today actually. Coach Wismath going straight 9 for the Cougars as Munoz takes that down and away, evens the count at 2-2. Rare straight 9. You don't see it a lot in softball. There's always a flex in there somewhere.
Well, you know, when we're looking over the lineup, you double checked it, and I did the same thing. Thought, wait a minute, that's not
normal.
But
it's Munoz down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Caldwell. A quick inning as she goes 1-2-3 and makes short work of the Cougars. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We go to the 4th. No score. COC and Palomar here in game number 1 of a doubleheader today. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
So we go to the fourth inning, no score COC in Palomar. It's been a pretty solid pitching performance from both sides. Only one base runner so far in the ball game. That was a walk to Alexis Terrazas. Otherwise, through 3 innings, we've seen 18 up, or 19 up, 18 down. We go to the fourth here.
Matt, interesting to see here. We've been through the lineup a couple of times. At what point do these two coaches start to try and manufacture something? Not just let their lineup go out and see what can happen, but now at what point in the game are you playing for that run, knowing that you have the second game ahead of you here?
Yeah, and we're late in the ball game now when you think about it. 7-inning ball game in softball. We're already in the fourth, so we're in the later innings, and there's been just one base runner in the ball game. Pretty stellar start for both pitching staffs. As Martinez stepping in, grounded to third, her first at bat. She's ahead in the count here, so Melgar falls behind. We saw this in the second inning after a 1-2-3 first. Fell behind to the first pitcher in the second inning, walked her. Or first batter, I should say, in the second inning, and walked her. Falls behind here to Martinez, 0-2. Now she needs to get back into the count. This one lined hard out into left field, tall. Drops it, it bounces right off of her glove. Had a beat on it. It was a hard hit ball. Started back, had to drive back in.
Nah, she was right there. That's a bad break. Just hit her right in the palm of the glove. One of those things where you're already looking up at the runner, looking where you're going to throw. Again, not a knock on her. It's one of those breaks.
It's unfortunate it'll be scored as an error, so an E7 on a hard hit ball that she was right there at. So now Palomar with a runner on here, and Taylor Harrison steps in. Harrison, the leader in RBIs this year for the Comets with 39. Struck out in her first at bat, so now Melgar has to work with traffic on. Harrison showing bunt. You can see, you talked about the manufacture right there. Lacey Kraft may be thinking, let's try and get that run on the board. You don't often take the bat out of your 3 hitters' hands, but
no, but I think this Palomar team talented enough and Lacey Kraft knowledgeable enough to, hey, know the situation and know what you got to do here.
Runner in motion that time. That pitch fouled away.
The 1 run might be enough in certain circumstances. And again, the ability, doesn't matter who's up there. You got to do what you got to do to win. Put yourself in a position to win, I should say.
Well, especially in a ball game that means so much to a Cougars squad trying to make the playoffs. For Palomar, you're pretty much already in. It's just a question now of Palomar if you can get yourself into a top 2 spot or if you're going to have to play in the first round. Because I think historically, it's 14 that make it in the South. The top 2 get a bye and everybody else has to play. Palomar trying to get themselves into that spot.
I should say that sounds right. It's been a while
it's been a hot minute,
since
right?
We've had a postseason softball. Certainly looking forward to that possibility. You know, always the possibility we could host something we're always excited about here. But yeah, Matt, I think you're right on.
Runner in motion, stolen base easily that time for Martinez. So Gardette really never had a chance. Had to try and throw it over the top of Harrison. Made it a tougher throw.
And now another piece of information, another piece of the puzzle, the strategic game here. That's the first throw down, the first steal.
This one hit in the air, foul ground. It's going to get out of play. Munoz was running over along with Brianne Tall, and neither could get to it as he ran out of room. So we'll do it again at 2-2.
Munoz on a full sprint there. Love the hustle. Again, imperative that you get these outs when you can. Sell out, lay out, whatever you need to do. Just a little too far that time. Hopefully someone was there to yell fence. I didn't hear a collision, but.
Well, we've seen Memory Munoz go crashing into the wall a few times this year. Brianne Tall had one as well down the left field line where she crashed into the wall, made a slick play. It's tough for us to see even from where we're sitting. Certainly you can't see it as our camera stationary, and we hope to be a little bit better one day. But for now, it gets us a start, and we're happy with it. So we stay on a 2-2 here to Harrison. Get you as much of the field as we possibly can, so we get you what we can. As this one fouled up the third base line again, and that sent Lacey Kraft scurrying towards the field. So we'll do it again at 2-2, a battle here with Harrison.
I'd really love to see Melgar come here and punch this out, move on to the next batter, get the Cougars an out, settle things down here a little bit. You don't want Palomar to be able to come in and steal this momentum.
So we'll step back in. Melgar goes back to work. A changeup lifted in the air. Tall has this one underneath, and we'll make the catch.
Again, I like the approach there. You came up, but you changed it up, changed speeds on her a little bit. Got exactly what you needed. Brianne Tall in perfect position.
10,
Routine fly ball for her.
So one down, and Terrazas will step in. Walked in her first plate appearance. One of only 2 base runners today for either side.
Again, another key sequence here.
First pitch in on the hands, and that's that spot that Melgar really likes to work in at too as well. Right on the hands, underneath where the hitter's hands kind of sit before the plate, just on the inside. And it's that, they call it the string, that spot that they want to hit.
Well, and they're going for it every time. It's working, it's right in the zone. You look at it and your eyes get big. But it's harder to execute than you would think.
It's such a small batter's box in softball. If you watch baseball, it's so much more room out there in softball. Everything's a lot smaller, a lot closer together. And that's why you see Allison Melgar going after that inside spot. She finds herself ahead here to Terrazas, 0-2.
Again, that's about the 5th ball we've seen fouled off right down that same spot. So again, Melgar, it's working for her. It's doing what she wants.
So the 0-2 pitch changes the level and moves it away, makes it 1-2. A little setup pitch. Melgar not a huge punch-out pitcher. Only 79 strikeouts coming into today's game, so 81 now on the season. But does have that ability in her. We've seen it this year where she's gone 8-9 punch-outs in a game. As this one popped up on the infield and foul ground, an easy play for Ramirez. 2 away, so a good pitch that time from Melgar, and she's quickly got 2 outs.
And that'll work. You mentioned the strikeouts. Hey, you love the punch-outs. They look good on your stat line, on your season totals. End of the day, you're getting the outs. It's the same thing. You want the same, 21 outs to finish the game. And again, if she can keep this rhythm, Cougars come up and get a big hit, get out of this inning here. You stymie any potential momentum the Comets might have tried to generate here. That's going to be unfortunate.
That one gets away from Gardette, so it'll move the runner up to third.
So again, even more important here that Melgar bears down. Infield set behind her.
Makes it an even more important spot, as you said, for Melgar now, as you've got to get this out at the plate, keep Palomar off the board. Nutter sacrificed her first at bat. We didn't get to see much of her at the plate. She takes a called strike. Really good pitch right under the hands, evens the count at 1-1. Allie this year, her best strikeout game of the season was 9 against Cuesta. That was out on the road. So again, she has that ability to go high punch-outs. She's just not known as a punch-out pitcher necessarily. It's that one to foul away and is ahead in the count 1-2. Number of times this year, 5 punch-outs in a game, 6 punch-outs in a game. Here at home, her best outing was a 6 strikeout game against Riverside and a 5-4 win. Did the same thing against Santa Barbara in a 6-1 win. Now goes back to work on a 1-2. Good pitch on the outside that just doesn't get the call. Evens it at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Matt, biggest difference for me, I think Melgar, I haven't seen her the last couple of weekends, been in and out. The focus here today, excuse me. I mean, even the pitches she's missing, they're right there. They're just off the edge. And again, being able to bear down and get the outs when she needs. That's another nice pitch.
Ramirez has to fire quickly to first. Not in time, as they say. The runner down at first. Nutter is safe, brings the first run across. Ramirez kind of bobbled it for a split second, and it makes it 1-0 in favor of Palomar on an RBI infield single from Kelly Nutter.
tough play for Ramirez with the base runner down there, the ball right there. Again, the stretch was there. Game of inches, and I think her foot just came off. She tried the splits to hold it in. Again, the play was executed, just didn't work out. And the Palomar gets the run.
Here's Lefebvre, who flew out to left field in her first at-bat. Takes the first pitch up, and now Melgar needs to settle herself back in with 2 away. Got the pitch she needed to get out of the inning, and just
didn't work out.
Yep. And it's a tough play for Ramirez. It bounces off the bag. She has to kind of snap it down.
Long throw, the stretch, a quick runner. I mean,
And she hesitated a little bit on the throw, which was a little bit of a double clutch, as that went in on us inside corner for a strike. Evens it at 1-1.
But again, just watching Melgar, no demeanor change. Hasn't changed her approach. Focus is still there. She knows what she needs to do.
This one fouled away off to the right. Makes it 1-2.
And again, here we go. Needs this one right here. Get out of the inning.
This one hit right back up the middle. Diving try by Munoz, but it goes off her glove out into center field. Runner going to try and go to third, and Nutter going to get there, so it'll put runners on the corners. It's back-to-back hits for Palomar as Lefebvre hit it right back up the box. Munoz couldn't make a play. Melgar waved at it and couldn't make the play. And so runners on the corners with 2 away for Russell Millen.
Nice job by Munoz, at least getting there and knocking it down. Maybe held up the runner. You're probably not going to run on Ashlyn Heck in that situation, but you never know. Heck doesn't come up clean with it. Maybe you send that runner around third, try and force the situation. So again, back-to-back plays where had a chance at it, had a line on it, just couldn't execute. And you hope that doesn't come back to haunt you again against a highly regarded team like this. And now here comes the maneuvering.
Yep, they're going to run for Lefebvre here.
And that shows you, I think, that Palomar knows how important these runs are against this Canyons team, performing well, ability to score runs in bunches, as we've seen. Some pop in that lineup. Melgar doing well. Flores right behind her. I mean, runs are going to be few and far between. If you can push these across here, you want to absolutely do that.
Destiny Cisneros at first now running. I would expect her to be in motion early here. Maybe Palomar tries to take a run, and Canyon's just going to let her have second base. So COC knew it was coming, and she just took off. Palomar was trying to steal it there, and you could see Lacey Kraft actually pulled her hat up a little bit and said, darn, it didn't work.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It puts 2 runners out there here for Russell Millen, who's driven in 19 on the year and has a 1-0 count to work with.
Well, Matt, going back to that last sequence, I would be willing to bet anything that Wismath called that out, that is coming. He's seen that before. He's used that type of play before.
Yeah.
So I know the Cougars were ready for that.
A few times. 2 balls and no strikes here. That one just misses inside under the hands, makes it 3-0.
A little frustrated there, Melgar. You can see it.
Well, they say it's 2 balls and 1 strike, actually, so the count was wrong on the scoreboard. First pitch maybe was called a strike.
Well, that makes it a little bit better, but you can tell she wanted that one here. We'll see how she responds.
Change up, hit hard, gets past a diving Munoz. 1 run will score. Tall can't pick it up cleanly. Both runs come home, and Palomar adds 2 more here. Back-to-back-to-back singles for Nutter, Lefebvre, and Russell Millen. And it goes back to that play with Nutter. A soft ground ball to third that Ramirez just couldn't make a clean play on. And Palomar, with a bunch of runs here in the 4th, has made it 3-0.
Game of inches, Matt. They all are, and she was right there on it. Just squeaked by, and that's the difference here in a 3-0 ball game. And now you're the Cougars. You want to get out of this inning, be able to come back to the dugout, regroup. I guarantee you Wismath's going to collect them here in front of the dugout and say, hey, it's okay, let's focus. First things first here. Still got to get this last out.
This one hit out into right field. That'll get through for a base hit. First pitch swinging from Haas. Runner will go first to third, and Russell Millen will put runners on the corners with 2 away. 4 hits in a row for Palomar. And Schermerhorn going to come in with 2 away and runners on the corners.
Left fielder Angelique Schermerhorn.
So now if you're Melgar, you just need to settle yourself back in. She was solid through the first 13 hitters of the ball game and just ran into a little bit of trouble.
I was going to say, I feel like still solid, just a couple bad breaks and some things not going your way. Credit to Palomar executing when they need to, but certainly not in trouble by any stretch of the imagination.
Again, Palomar just running runners around and moving everybody ahead, so they put 2 runners back in scoring position here for Schermerhorn. Grounded at third her last time up. And really for Melgar, your inning kind of complexion changes a little bit if you get that first out on the hard hit ball from Martinez out to left field that popped off Bree Tall's glove. Is this one going to get over the infielder's head out into left field? Tall, who was right basically on the infield dirt, picks it up, but it's an RBI single for Schermerhorn. Cougars had brought the infield in, and it does not pay off that time. Palomar makes it 4-0.
Matt, they all look the same in the stat book. They're all hits, but really not a lot of power out of any of those. These are just little snorted balls that are just getting right over the infield and falling. And sometimes that's all it takes. But again, Melgar still in control, not getting knocked around here. You mentioned it before, the placement of the infielders having a little bit something to do with that. But again, I think just get this out, come back and compose yourself.
So runners back on the corners here for Palomar, and once again they just move to second base, and the same script running again here as we're back to the top of the order in Amato.
Well, and it's worked. It's worked the last 4 batters, so why would you change that approach?
And the Cougars not showing any willingness to try and even get that last. I mean, it'd be the last out of the inning. Playing a little timid on the defensive side in terms of aggression with runners on, as now Melgar falls behind here 2-0. Amato 0 for 2 in the ball game, takes that pitch up. And Melgar way behind here, 3-0, now has to get herself back into a count, in danger of walking the bases loaded. Need to hold it right here. That one over for a strike, makes it 3-1. It's a big pitch here for Melgar in this inning.
Yeah, this is big right here. Not to state the obvious, but you can't let them get another base hit here.
This is a ripped foul up the third base line. So the count full, payoff pitch upcoming. With 2 away in the 4th inning, a 4-0 Palomar lead. All their runs coming in the 4th, starting with an error by Bree Tall on a Soraya Martinez line drive out to left. Melgar got the next 2, got Nutter to ground softly to third, but Ramirez had a tough play on it. It went down as an infield single, and it's been 5 straight hits for Palomar. As this one hits softly towards third, Ramirez that time scoops it up and will end the inning. So Amato 0 for 3, grounds to third for the final out, but Palomar gets 4, and now the Cougars bats need to come alive and try and get something back. As you're in the 4th, it's 4-0 in favor of the Comets here from Whitten Field.
I love emergency medicine. You're there at these people's worst time of their life, and you're there to make it a little bit better.
The EMT program at COC is a 1-semester program. Over the course of it, the EMT students will learn the textbook knowledge they need, practical hands-on skills that they're going to need working out on an ambulance or in a hospital or whatever setting they decide to work.
People are constantly hiring. There's always a need for first responders. When I graduated from this program, I got a job within a month.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
So we go to the home half of the fourth. It's 4-0, and now if you're the Cougars, got punched in the mouth in that fourth inning, need to punch back here. And they start with the top of the order, so a good place to do it here. We start with Silva, Garnett, and Hack as they face India Caldwell, who's went 9 up, 9 down so far here in the ballgame.
Matt started to talk a little bit about it during the break. Cougars have shown an ability to bounce back from innings like that, score runs in bunches. And like you said, you come up with your top of your lineup. Ashlyn Heck been on fire all season. You get a couple on for her. Big swing there, and this is a completely different ball game.
Well, the first thing you heard from John Wismath as well, right out of his mouth before the first pitch of the inning, we need base runners here. Let's get some base runners here. And you can't score if you don't have base runners, not easily anyway in softball. Home runs few and far between, even though the Cougars have had a few this year. It's 0-2 here to Silva. He popped out to the pitcher in her first at bat. Makes it 1-2. So certainly would like to get somebody on here and put a little pressure on Caldwell. Silva with a good rip at that pitch on a off-speed pitch up in the air makes it 1-2.
Silva good at bat here, working. Again, at this point of the game, want to try and make the Palomar pitcher throw as many pitches as possible, work the count, get on base, show, just show what you got. And again, line up if you get one of those big hitters up there with an opportunity. They've been shown the ability to come through in the clutch.
This one popped up on the infield. Going to be a tough play for the second baseman, and she's not able to make it. Russell Millen was charging in, and it skips right off of her glove. So leadoff runner aboard here for the Cougars, and that's a good start, what you needed.
And now here you go, maybe a little bit of reversal of fortune. They had a ball pop out, kind of sparked a rally.
Yeah, you'll take him any way you can get him right now if you're COC. First base runner of the ball game for the Cougars is Caldwell. Now has to work with traffic on, and she'll face Gardette, who flew out to right field her last time up. Hit it solidly, but right at Harrison out and right. And she'll step in here with one on and nobody out. We'll see if the Cougars decide to try and move some runners around. Gardette got a bunt. She bunts it in the air. And Haas trying to dive and make the catch. Nearly came up with it, and they would have had Silva doubled off.
Dodged one there for sure. Felt like I read Coach Wismath's mind. I knew she was going. And fortunate to get out of that sequence there. Like the approach, like the aggressiveness, especially with Heck coming up here on deck. Got to force the issue now.
So we'll see if they ask Gardette to do it again. Bunts the first pitch foul. Gets lucky that it's not a double play ball, and she'll go back to work. Won't bunt this time. Swings through a pitch that just falls over the top of her bat into the zone for a strike. Makes it 0-2.
Head down, man. Come on, see it hit. Head down.
Big point in this ball game. Want to keep this inning alive, or keep this inning going.
Gardette down on strikes. Caldwell now with her fourth strikeout of the ball game. One away. And we go to Ashlyn Heck. So a good spot here for Heck with a runner on and one away. Heck.
Go ahead, Matt.
I was going to say grounded to short her last time up.
And I started to say Ashlyn Heck. I believe the league leader in triples was
second in the
state. Previous league leader. State leader, and one of those would sure come in handy right now.
Yeah, she's been missed triple this year as she swings through a rise ball that was way out of the zone. And the good thing about Ashlyn, you swing at a bad pitch like that, and she's always laughing. Never a bad at bat, never a bad swing. I meant to do that. It's okay. I'll hit with 2 strikes. We're all good. I'll hit with a strike on me. She's very steady at the plate. And she swings and fouls that one off, and she takes big cuts every time.
Well, great attitude, great approach at the plate. But I think, fully confident in herself and her abilities.
No lack of it at all.
Love to see that.
The telling one that always gets me, the story about her, we're at baseball a couple of weeks ago after she was named Athlete of the Week here for COC. She waits on the 0-2 and fouls it straight back, stays alive. So we'll get to keep going on the story here. Our PA announcer, John Tyler, announcing the Athletes of the Week. Ashlyn just happened to walk up in the stands, stood up and said, "That's right, I was the athlete, and that just tells you the confidence she has.
And that is bringing a smile to my face now, and it did then. Again, love to see it.
As the 0-2 fouled away, and she just fights it off and stays alive.
And, you know, that type of attitude is infectious. And when that happened, the teammates rally around, the teammates are laughing, having a good time. That translates back to the dugout, the clubhouse. And, again, these are big games, but it's important to stay loose.
When she's always the first one to help anybody out today. The athletic trainer needed some help with the water. She was the first one over to help her get the water into the dugout. Always the first one out, setting up the gear for the game day. Doesn't matter that she's the 3-hitter and the best hitter on the team so far this year. Never worried about it. Always ready to go, always ready to help.
And I'll take that a step farther. One of our student workers at the WSC prelims track and field meet yesterday was there all day. You know, again, anything to help these Cougars. Her squad, the department, the school, tremendous asset for this team.
A little discussion in the circle here as Caldwell and the rest of the Palomar infield around to talk to the pitching coach for Palomar right now and kind of maybe decide what they want to do here against Tech. It's the first time Palomar's had any traffic on against. And so just a discussion. And it's interesting, it comes with 2 strikes. It's a very big difference from what you would see if you traditionally watch baseball. Although we hope that if you're joining us here, you've watched softball before. That was Mark Eldridge out there to talk. Baseball, you almost never see that with 2 strikes, everybody coming in to talk about it. But softball, it's often a common occurrence. They want to talk about what to do here with Heck with 2 strikes. Caldwell comes, and Heck fouls it straight back once again, just stays alive.
Matt, I wonder, too, if they thought they maybe picked up a sign off John. Maybe thought they saw a play coming or something and just, hey, we'll just settle this just in case. And, again, Wiz too smart for that. He knows. But, again, something to watch here as this sequence continues. If a play does get put on, or if he lets Heck just swing away.
I can't imagine they do anything but let Heck try and go after one here. She fights another one off.
She's a battler, that's for sure.
Let's go, Ash. Let's go, Ash. Go down.
And again, you don't want to take the bat out of her. And the only reason I speculate is just that you want to get on the board. You want to kind of swing that momentum over. The fact that he's center on the first play.
This one popped up on the infield, and they're going to have a chance to try and double off Silva, and they do. Silva moving, was halfway between first and second, and Martinez with a slick play makes the catch, fires immediately to first, and that will end the inning, so the Cougars run themselves out of the 4th. A pop-up, a double play ball, and that will do it. We head to the 5th, 4-0 in favor of Palomar here from Whitten Field. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Top half of the 5th we go. Martinez, Harrison, and Terrazas to face Melgar here in the 5th. First pitch swinging is Harrison, and she chops it down the third base line into the corner, and a leadoff double for Martinez. as they got by a diving Ramirez. So leadoff runner aboard for the third time today for Palomar as they already lead 4-0. That's going to bring an immediate visit out to the mound to John Wismath. He's going to go and bring the entire infield in and talk to the Cougar defense. Something he did not like on that first pitch.
Don't know if it's the pitch or the collective infield the last couple of innings, if he feels they're playing out of position, if they're not listening to his direction. A couple tough balls, tough breaks. And again, Coach Wismath, the type that's going to expect you to make those types of plays regardless of the situation. So this might just be a coming together and hey, let's get it together, let's shake that off. You know what you guys need to do and go out and execute it. But definitely a stern look of concern or
Yep. Yeah, a little hot coming. I mean, it was an immediate march out, too. Play had barely finished, and John was already head out of the dugout, working his way out to the circle.
John's not a yeller and a screamer out there, but he will certainly let you know what he thinks you need to improve on and what he thinks is not working out there.
So to bring Taylor Harrison, who popped up and struck out 0 for 2 so far today. Leadoff runner aboard at second base in Martinez. So Melgar really needing to bear down here. So leadoff runner aboard. Maybe a difference, too, between Gardette behind the dish and Lisa Moats. Gardette takes her time, makes sure she's certain before she decides to fire that one back to second base. Lisa Moats, I don't think would have hesitated.
I've seen Lisa Moats throw from her knees more than any other catcher I've ever
Successfully,
seen.
too.
Yeah. And again, not the everyday backstop back there, maybe playing with a little hesitation. Hasn't had as many throwdowns like that. Don't know. We'll see here as the game progresses, but Palomar certainly willing to push the issue on the base paths here.
This one popped up down the left field line and foul ground. Tall not going to have a play on it. Makes it 1-2 here to Harrison. It's 1-2. Big pitch here for Melgar here in the fifth. That one misses up, makes it 2-2. So 4-run fourth, the difference so far for Palomar. Did leave 2 runners out there, but it's been the difference in the ball game. COC has had just 1 runner on base and hasn't been able to do anything with it. And that was last inning. That one fouled away, keeps it 2-2.
Again, I like the fact that Coach Wismath has stayed with Melgar here. Would have been easy to consider at least making the switch after that last inning, but really, again, not knocked around, not hit especially hard. A couple bad breaks, a couple little numbers that got through.
This one popped up foul out of play.
I think staying with her, not only bodes well for today, setting up for the next game, but instills that confidence that you've got in her. Hey, this is my pitcher. This is who I'm sticking with. You're not doing anything wrong. They're just, for whatever reason, it's working for them a little bit better than for us.
Well, and yeah, you're absolutely right. You look, a couple hard hit balls in that fourth. Everything else kind of just was put in the right place. Sometimes those are the breaks.
Yeah. Like I said, they all look the same in the box score.
So that one hit pretty hard, but foul. Nothing but a long strike. So we'll do it again at 2-2. A battle here between Harrison and Melgar. This one chopped towards third. Ramirez picks it up and fires to first. for the first out of the inning, able to look the runner back in Martinez. So Harrison 0 for 3 in the ball game as she grounds to third. One down, and it'll bring up Alexis Terrazas, who's 0 for 1 today.
Number 10, center fielder Alexia Terrazas.
Alexia Terrazas. This one lined, and it gets just over the head of Ramirez down the left field line. They're going to hold the runner at third base, and Terrazas, running hard the whole way, is going to move up to second. So put runners on second and third. A single for Terrazas that she stretches into a second bag.
And once again, Matt, just enough on it. Right over the outstretched hand, right over the jumping infielder. I mean, that's been the case here for Palomar. Not a lot of power hits. Even the extra base hits have been ones that have gotten by and just scampered off into no man's land. So, again, Melgar hanging in there. Up to the Cougars now to come pick her up, get her out of this inning.
So here's Nutter showing bunt, swings, chops the first one. They're going to come to the plate. Tag not in time. Sliding underneath it was Martinez, and Palomar adds another. They make it 5-0, and it's a fielder's choice for Nutter. Her second run batted in on the ball game. A good slide that time from Martinez, who moved immediately on the pitch.
Yeah, just a little too quick there. Like the thought process coming immediately home.
Now running at first base for Palomar, number 6, Hannah Beyer.
So Hannah Beyer going to come in to run. We'll get to see
Batting for Lefevre, number 13, Destiny Cisneros.
Destiny Cisneros for the first time today at the dish. As she pinch ran for Lefevre and will stay in there. So Cisneros hitting officially in the 5th. 317 hitter this season. Runner in motion. Melgar had to try and relay down to second base on the throw from Gardette that was low. And stealing second base was the runner, Beyer. Trying to organize myself here on the score sheet. This one fouled away. 0-2 here to Cisneros. As we said, a 317 hitter on the year. A home run and 7 runs batted in. Just 41 at-bats on the season, has 13 hits. So Beyer at second, Terrazas at third. Cisneros takes a pitch up and in, makes it 1-2. Cisneros went down to first like she got hit by the pitch. The plate umpire says, no, come back.
The umpire wasn't
still got a
buying it
hit
today. And there wasn't much of an argument there. So
yeah, Lacey Kraft keeps out and says, you didn't have a hit by a pitch? And he says, no.
And that was it.
That's all there was. Okay, it's 2-2. This one fouled away. Stays at 2-2. Good pitch that time, just in the top part of the zone and just misses. So full count. Make a payoff pitch upcoming, 3-2 here with 1 away and 2 on for Palomar.
Yeah,
Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Cisneros trying to leave, thinking it's ball 4. Instead, it's the second out of the inning. It's the third strikeout of the game for Melgar.
And Matt, we harkening back to our football days, we talk about a gotta have it play. That was a gotta have it pitch right there. It's essential that you record that out. Move this to 2 outs in the inning, and again, try and get out of here. Go back up and pick up Melgar. Get the Cougars back into this game.
It's Russell Millen back in, takes a strike. Singled home a run back in the 4th inning. 1 for 2 so far in the ball game today. So big spot here once again. That one fouled away, and Melgar will take that and get lucky a bit on a pitch that was up and in on the zone that Russell Millen was trying to back off of. And it gets you 1 strike away from getting out of the inning with only giving up a run. Remember, leadoff runner aboard with a double. Melgar got Harrison to ground to 3rd, but then gave up the single to Terrazas, put runners on 2nd and 3rd. Nutter with a fielder's choice that scored a run as they tried to come to the plate. Lefebvre strikes out, or excuse me, Cisneros strikes out. Now Millen stepping in. Melgar changes the level, goes up and away, makes it 1-2. We're in the 5th, it's 5-0. Looking ahead to the bottom half for COC. You go Melgar, Fuentes, and Tall. So this one popped up. It'll get out of play. Back into what would be seats, but out onto the grass.
The friendly confines here at Whitten Field.
Maybe one-day seats. Maybe one day. But for now, just the grassy area behind us. This one hit hard out into left field and deep. Tall moving back, not going to be able to get there. It bounces off the wall. 2 runs will score. And Russell Millen has a 2 RBI double. And Palomar has opened up a 7-0 lead.
And Tall had to go back on that one. I think, again, that was a hardly hit ball into a tough place back there in the corner of the outfield. And Palomar actually using a little bit of power to get those ones home. Like we said the inning before, just kind of little knocks and nubs and does the job. But that was the first time Melgar, I think, had really been hit.
Yeah, a ball that was hit pretty hard in fair territory. He's had a few foul balls, but nothing that bad. This one grounded towards short. Tough play for Munoz, but picks it up and fires in one motion to set down Haas. So we'll continue on into the 5th in a 7-0 ball game. And the Cougars will send 4, 5, and 6 to the plate when we come back.
I love emergency medicine. You're there at these people's worst time of their life, and you're there to make it a little bit better.
The EMT program at COC is a 1-semester program. Over the course of it, the EMT students will learn the textbook knowledge they need, practical hands-on skills that they're going to need working out on an ambulance or in a hospital or whatever setting they decide to work.
People are constantly hiring. There's always a need for first responders. When I graduated from this program, I got a job within a month.
If our turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free, filler-free, and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's. Premium meat makes a sub above.
Awesome.
4, 5, and 6 due up for COC here in the 5th inning, chasing 7 now. So getting late in the ball game, needing runs and needing a lot of them in bunches. And a good place to start with Ali Melgar, who's 0 for 1. So far for Caldwell, she retired the first 9 she faced. She retired 11 of the first 12 she faced, and she got help with a double play ball. So the Cougars have only sent 12 to the plate so far in the ball game. First pitch to Melgar, over for a strike.
And this is the way you pick yourself up, get back in the ball game, help yourself out here, base knock, set the table for your teammates. And again, the Cougars certainly have the ability to hit, have some pop. It's just been a struggle getting anybody out there on base.
That just shows you how good Caldwell is. 0-2 here to Melgar. She only saw 2 pitches in her first at bat. And the Cougars have not gotten the lineup to turn over yet today, as 12 have come to the plate and 12 have been retired with 1 error in there. But a double play ball pretty much makes it 12 of 12. Just the 13th batter of the ball game for COC. Melgar fights that one off, so it's 0-2 still. Will continue to work as Caldwell goes to work on an 0-2 pitch. That one misses away. Looked certainly good on the outside corner, but didn't get the call. Makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Melgar, settle yourself in here. Try and battle and win a 2-strike battle. She swings and hits that one in the air towards left field. Charging in to make the play is Schermerhorn. 1 down here in the 5th inning. Certainly Palomar flexing their muscle here in the ball game, showing why they're the top 5 in the state of California right now. When you look at the Southern California RPI, Palomar actually 5th in RPI. The Cougars 10th right now in RPIs. Here's Bree Tall, takes a strike.
You know, I think the thing that's most impressive about Palomar, they've been strong in all facets of the game.
Yep.
They've been able to run the bases well. They've fielded the ball cleanly. They've gotten the clutch hitting when they need to, even though we've talked about not so much the power. You know, still finding a way to push it through. Again, well coached, tremendous pitching. You put all those together in a pot, and you end up with a top-ranked team.
And by the way, one of the best road teams in the state right now with 18 wins, just 2 losses on the road, almost better away from Palomar College than they are at home.
Well, I started to say a 3-hour morning road trip up to 5 and not even phased by it. You know, a lot of teams, that throws them out of their rhythm. It turns off their body clock. They're, you know, lagged, car lagged, for lack of a better term.
Yeah,
not the Comets.
Some bus legs. They certainly have not had it. 5th strikeout of the day for Caldwell, and she sets down Fuentes, and here comes Bree Tall. You look at the state rankings right now, and San Antonio, actually the #1 team in the state, moved back ahead of Butte. They've been flip-flopping for most of the year. Butte now the #2 team in the state of California. College of San Mateo, the #3 team. Then Palomar at 4 and San Jose City at 5. I think the South is a lot heavier stacked than the North this year, even though you have 5 teams or 3 teams out of the top 5 from the North. The North records are 35 wins, 33 wins, 32 wins, where you look at San Antonio, 32 wins on the year, Palomar 28. Then you look Cypress with 28. Santa Ana with 29 down there. Santiago Canyon with 27. Long Beach 25. Bakersfield has 30, and they're tied for 12th in the state of California, a team we saw here at Whitten Field a couple of days ago. That just shows you how stacked the South is. COC, of course, 22, 14, and 1, now 20th in the state in terms of the rankings, climbing into the rankings for the first time this year. This one popped up to right. Charging in to make the catch is Harrison. A 1-2-3 inning for Caldwell. 7-0 Palomar. We head to the 6th here from Whitten Field.
Our sports medicine program here at College of the Canyons is meant to introduce students who are interested in some type of career in sports medicine. Most of my students are interested in careers as an athletic trainer, physical therapist, or orthopedic surgeon. So when they're done with our program, they will have their Associates of Science. Do you love sports? And do you take satisfaction from seeing someone go from injury all the way back to the sport that they love? Then this is a program you should definitely consider.
We go to the 6th. Schermerhorn, Amato, and Martinez, the scheduled hitters, to face Melgar. 7-0 game. So you get to worry now if you're COC, you've got to hold it right here, or you've got to score runs in the next inning and against Caldwell, which seems to be an impossible task at this point in time. She's trying to avoid the 8 after 5 rule. First pitch swinging with Schermerhorn, and she grounds to second base. Smooth play from Melissa Silva, 1 down.
Number 24, third baseman.
I'll say there's going to be no quit in this Cougar team. You want to get out of this inning, get up, get another hack at it, so to speak. Might be tougher said than done against, again, a Palomar team that we've talked about is really executing in all facets of the game right now.
Well, and you look up and through the 3rd inning, you go into the 4th, and you're right there. You pitch for pitch with Caldwell if you're Melgar, and you just get some unfortunate defensive plays, and you know it's a different ball game. You get the catch from Breach Hall, you get the ground ball from Valerie Ramirez to get Nutter. It's a near nothing ball game going into the 5th, which would have been nice, but just turns into a big inning. This one hit foul down the third base line from Amato, who's 0 for 3 today, has lined out, popped out, and grounded out, and she's even to the count here 1-1 against Melgar.
You know, and again, Palomar taking some liberties on the base paths. I think once they saw what the situation, they were just eager to take second. And again, that's, you know, little things become big things and they stack up on each other, and here you go, that's another 3-run effort out of them. But again, I like the fact that they've stuck in it. You know, there's not the quit. It's just not working for them right now. You got a whole rest of this game and a whole another one coming up. So we got a long way to go here.
So 1-2, a good pitch that time from Melgar on the outer half. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the 6th inning. 7-0 in favor of Palomar, but it's been a pretty speedy game. This one popped up, playable for Munoz on the infield. 2 down. So 2 away, and Soraya Martinez, who doubled back in the 5th and came around to score, steps in. Martinez has reached twice and scored twice. 1 for 3 today. His first pitch swinging, pops it up on the infield. Both Silva and Engelbrecht calling for it. It ends up being Engelbrecht coming up with it, and it's a quick inning. 1, 2, 3 on just 5 pitches from, or I think it was actually more than that. I think it was 7 pitches from Melgar, but still quick inning from Melgar. Cougars coming back up in the bottom half of the 6th when we come back. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
As it'll bring Engelbrecht, Ramirez, and Munoz. Engelbrecht 0 for 1 today. Cougars, this is just their 2nd time through the lineup. As we said, they've only sent 15 to the plate. It's been the minimum today. They have had 1 runner on, but without a hit as Engelbrecht fouls it straight back, and she's behind nothing in 2 as he chases a rise ball that was out of the zone, and she's helping Caldwell out, who doesn't need that kind of help.
Yeah, Caldwell's been impressive here today. The pace at which she works, The consistency in her pitches hasn't been rattled at all. He just goes out there and gets it done.
It's going to be a tough play. Throw to first, just in time. As Amato charging, scooped it up. It was bounced off the plate, and she's able to get Engelbrecht by just a half a step. So one away.
Number 20, third baseman, Valerie Ramirez.
So that's the breaks for the Cougars today. It goes against COC on that one. Had a play earlier in the ball game that went against the Cougars on a bang-bang play that looked like it was the third out of the inning. Back in that fourth inning, eventually led to a big inning. As here's Valerie Ramirez, struck out her first time up. Cougars trying to break up an 0-0 at this point and get themselves a chance to try and close the gap and chip away as that one hit down the line to right and foul. So Ramirez will come back and do it again.
And certainly credit to Caldwell. We've talked about it already. A sound defense behind her. I mean, they've really been solid. They've made some tough plays, some long throws. And again, you ask any pitcher, that's what they want. Give me a couple runs and a defense behind me, and I'll take care of the rest.
So this one popped up in foul ground. It could get out of play, and it does, right off the seats next to us. And it's 0-2 here to Ramirez.
Ramirez trying to be the one to break this up. I think that would certainly bring a roar from the home dugout. If nothing else.
Get something going, nothing else, right? So we go for the 0-2, and it could, wow. Such a good changeup from Caldwell that time. Really just fools Ramirez out on the front foot. Make it 6 strikeouts for Caldwell. 2 down, and I have to check, but I want to say Caldwell up near the state leaders in strikeouts right now. 6 in the ball game today. She's up over 130. Looks like John Wismath's going to opt for a pinch hitter for Memory Munoz here. As he's going to go with Gabriela Gonzalez with 2 down in the 6th.
Please batting for Memory Munoz. Number 15, Gabriela Gonzalez.
So Gonzalez in the 6th. Just trying to change anything right now if you're John Wismath. Gonzalez this season, not a lot of opportunities, just 22 at-bats. Has 7 hits in those 22 at-bats, so a .318 hitter. She's behind in the count, 0-2. She fouls that one away and stays alive. And surprisingly, actually, for India Caldwell, not top 10 in the state in strikeouts. Top 15. She's 12th in the state in strikeouts coming into today with 128. But she looked, Talia Nielsen from Bakersfield. I think Talia Nielsen, let me double check her first name. But she's got 261. Wow, good recall by me. I actually recalled her first name correctly. Down on strikes is Gonzalez. And we'll finish up that thought. 7 strikeouts in the day for Caldwell. We head to the 7th inning. It's 7-0 in favor of Palomar here from Whitten Field. College of the Canyons wants you to get ready, reset, and go when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougar Athletics programs offer a great college experience. Get ready, reset, and go at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
At Jersey Mike's, we think no sub should be measured in inches long or seconds till served. A sub should be measured in moments. Time with friends. Lunch breaks unbroken. Every sub is a chance to be great. Every sub should ask the question, am I a sub or am I a sub above? Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
We go to the 7th. Palomar leading 7-0. They'll send Harrison, Terrazas, and Nutter to the plate here in the 7th to face Melgar, who stays in. Will work the full. First pitch over for a strike from Harrison. And Melgar working ahead. Harrison fouls this one away. Harrison 0 for 3, struck out, grounded out, and flew out. Looking ahead to the bottom half of the 7th, Cougars trying to break up a no-hitter at this point in time. Caldwell does not have a no-hitter yet this year, but she's had some impressive outings. Went 9 innings in a game and picked up a win. A 2-1 victory over Orange Coast. Went 9 innings, gave up 5 hits and just a run in that game. Strike 3 called. Good punch out for Melgar. Make it 4 for Ali Melgar today.
Both pitchers working quickly here towards the end of the game. And, you know, you mentioned the possibility Cougars could get no hit here. I don't recall the Cougars being no hit in recent memory. You know, they've been shut out a couple times, had some tough offensive outings, but have at least always managed to, you know,
string a few things together here.
Exactly. You know, put a sequence that keeps you in the ball game, and today just haven't had that opportunity yet.
And outside of an unfortunate 4th and an unfortunate 5th, Ali Melgar has pitched very well today. Has really, other than some of the trouble in the 4th, went stride for stride with Caldwell today and held this Palomar lineup down for much of the ball game. You look, Palomar, all their hits came in the 4th and the 5th. They've got 8 hits in the ball game. Haven't had a hit in any of the other innings today.
So you start to talk about, you know, what's the conversation between games? What do you need to change? I don't know that you change anything. You go out there and you maybe execute a little bit better.
There's 1 ball and 2 strikes account. Make sure you stay tuned after the ball game. Special presentation of women's tennis. Get to know the women's tennis team, the Western States Conference champions this year in 2022. Very excellent season for them. And a nice little shout out to them as we gave them earlier on. So make sure you tune in for that one. It'll be right after the conclusion of our game here today. As it's 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Terrazas. Alexia 1 for 2 today. Singled and scored back in the 5th. Popped out and walked. And she's down on strikes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Melgar. Give her 5 now in the ball game. 2 away here in the 7th inning.
Again, like the way Melgar's pitched today. Don't know what John's plans are for the second game. Obviously, Flores, who's more than capable. I would not be surprised if she starts, but I would not also be surprised if Melgar is available for game 2. Again, not knocked around in any sense of the word and has battled throughout.
Good play that time from Silva. Was immediately moving to her right on the pitch. Nutter hit it back towards her left, and she had to run back and make the play. Was able to make the catch. That'll end the inning. So we go to the bottom half of the 7th. Cougars chasing 7, trying to break up a no-no at the very least, as they'll face India Caldwell when we come back.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
So an uncalculated change going into the 7th inning here for Palomar. something we didn't think we'd see. Alyssa Domingo going to come in and try and close this out. Domingo has only appeared in 6 games, has only pitched in 11 innings this year. And she will face the top of the Cougars order as Silva, Gardette, and Heck come up. And you lift India Caldwell, who had a no-hitter going into the 7th inning. So maybe all the Cougars might have needed is just a different arm. As we'll see how they start things off here against Domingo. First pitch misses away. And Silva ahead in the count here to open up in the 7th.
You know, Palomar maybe trying to get some pitchers some work here late in the season. You feel like, hey, this game's in control. They haven't really done much. Let's go ahead and get Domingo some work here. And if you're the Cougars now, it's pounce. Let's see what she's got. Maybe she's not in a rhythm yet. You can jump on this. Talking a little bit about Alyssa Silva, I know she is someone that Coach Wismeth and the staff are very excited about the improvements that she's made this year. Stepping up and playing a solid second base.
And she's worked her way into the lineup as a leadoff hitter pretty regularly over the last 10 games.
Started to say doing some things at the plate. And again, you look to build on that as we enter into the postseason, but also as you look ahead to next year, this nucleus that you've got here for the Cougars.
Yeah, remember, it's all freshmen this year. Don't expect to lose anybody going into next year. Silva takes that pitch up on a changeup from Domingo, evens the count at 2-2.
You know, no one's going to time out in terms of eligibility. If players move on, it's because they've done so academically and they're ready to take that next step. But again, around the state and especially here, I would expect to see pretty much the same core of players, key contributors.
Silva with their first hit of the ball game for COC. And the leadoff runner aboard here in the 7th. So again, maybe all you needed for COC was just a different arm, different vision. And Domingo gives up a hit to the first batter she faces. They're going to hit for Mackenzie Gardette here. As it'll be Caitlin Soto stepping in to hit here in the 7th.
Soto and Heck having a chance to collaborate their thoughts here. Heck, I feel like pumping up her teammate. This is exactly what you need. You get 2 on here for Heck. You got the middle of the lineup coming up, and hey, maybe this is a ball game. If nothing else, you don't come all the way back. You rattle this Palomar team a little bit, and you instill some confidence in your lineup heading into that second game. Start to get a little bit excited. Here we go.
Soto this year, 269 hitter, 14 for 52 with 5 runs batted in. She's going to bunt, and she bunts it foul up the third base line. So Cougars trying to move something around, and maybe that's the game from John Wismath, just trying to get some momentum going ahead into game number 2.
You get one on the board, you show them that you can do it, and you never know what happens from there.
Ashlyn Heck almost took her own head off, walked right into Alyssa Silva as she was getting the bat back to her. That one gets away from the catcher, Haas. Or excuse me, Caitlin Soto nearly hit Ashlyn Heck. Alyssa Silva goes down to second base. And the Cougars with their first runner in scoring position today.
And Heck still smiling over there, ready
still
to come
laughing,
up and
still having a good time. Never has found a bad time.
Love to see it.
Yeah, you know what? She does. She brings so much to the roster. We can't speak enough about her. She always says hello to everybody. She's come over and said hi to me before the game. Always has some sort of comment. This one fouled away. Said hi to you before today. You asked her how she was doing after the long day at track and field yesterday.
Again, one of those student athletes that we really enjoy having around campus, an infectious attitude for her team and for our entire department.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Soto. Trying to battle here against Domingo, who comes in to take over in the 7th inning for Palomar in a 7-0 ball game. Nearly threw that one to the backstop as Haas able to knock it down, makes it 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, a runner at second base as the leadoff single from Alyssa Silva, the first hit of the ball game for COC. That one misses just inside, so the count is full. And Domingo lets Soto back into it, so a payoff pitch upcoming. Cougars trying to string something together here in the 7th. It'll be an epic comeback. Could they make it? They trail by 7. Soto fouls it away and will stay at 3-2.
Soto hanging in there, battling, scrappy player at the plate. And again, another one of these student athletes that Coach Wismath has the ability to call upon when needed.
Domingo back to work. Changeup misses up. Soto works a walk. Cougars fired up. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Ashlyn Heck coming to the plate.
And this is exactly what you want. Right now you've got the ability to get back into this ballgame with one swing of the bat. And if you had to pick, I think this is who John Wismath would want coming up in this situation, at least if nothing else, to continue the rally, continue the little surge here, if you can call it that yet.
As you look, Heck, who drives the ball to all fields, really. She can drive it down each line. She can drive it to the power alleys. So 0 for 2 today, but you look at the defense, Schermerhorn way down the left field line, trying to take away the corner. It leaves a huge gap out in left center, and Heck first pitch swinging. Instead drives it into right center field. That should score 2. Silva around to score. Soto around to score. And what else? Miss Triple does it again. Ashlyn Heck into third, her 10th triple of the year. And the Cougars find themselves on the board here in the 7th.
Laughing and slapping hands and driving in runs. Ashlyn Heck, that's what she does. And I know we talked about it leading up to it. She came in and did exactly what we expected from her. And the Cougars are right back in this ball game now, Matt.
And there we go, right on cue.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, our next up in our batting lineup, Matt Frieda, our step-in announcer, our intern, coming up and asking, can they reinsert Caldwell? And right on cue, India Caldwell back in to face Allie Melgar here. So the Cougars get 2. Lacey Kraft not taking any chances with this game now. Says, all right, tried, Alyssa, you didn't have your good stuff today, your best. So give up 2 hits and a walk, 2 runs. And Caldwell going to warm back up, go back to work.
And I really think that was the thought process. Let's get somebody some work. Canyons hasn't shown anything. Well, 3 batters later, guess what? 2 on the board. 1 just waiting to come home, and you still got the middle of your lineup. Now, interesting to see now Caldwell sits down for 2 innings, was in full rhythm. I mean, working quickly, working efficiently.
It's 3 hitters.
Now you come back in, and let's see.
Well, and here's the other thing, too. Cougars had no momentum against her at all. No good thoughts, warm feelings, anything that you can think of.
You had them on the ropes, you had them down.
Now you've got 2 hits and a walk, 2 runs on the board. Something maybe changes here, even against a tough pitcher like India Caldwell. As Melgar first pitch swinging, chops it to third. Amato fires to first. Just a tough day for Allie Melgar at the plate. 0 for 3, 1 down. And so maybe not. India Caldwell comes right in and does right what she does.
No, I think with the, again, first pitch swinging, and that's how it worked out. I think a more telling at bat could be Fuentes here. Has been one of our better hitters this season.
He's had trouble against Caldwell today, though. 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. Does make contact with the first pitch and fouls it away. And some positive thoughts from Fuentes there, as now we've made contact with one. Had not done that yet today against India Caldwell.
And for Caldwell, in the back of my mind, you wonder, was she aware of that no-hitter? Was she disappointed she was taken out? And now she's not pitching for that. Sure, has a chance to lead her team to a victory, but always interesting to consider how that might play out in someone's mind.
Well, and here's the question I have for you. If she gets the final 2, she's gone the full 7. She hasn't given up a hit. Is it still a no-hitter even though the Cougars get 2 on the board? Because it's weird because she re-enters.
I don't.
It's not because the Cougars do have a couple of hits.
I don't see how it could be, but
that might end it right there anyway. So would have broken it up, and Julia Fuentes with an RBI single, and the Cougars now trailing by 4. Put another run on the board. Fuentes her first hit of the ball game, and the first hit that Caldwell has yielded today.
Number 18, left fielder.
And again, a key sequence there with Fuentes. And the plot thickens here because now let's see how that affects her facing Brand-Tall, who I'll tell you right now, she gets a hold of one's going to take it out of this park.
We've seen Tall hit a couple of monster shots this year at Whitten Field. Kind of waved at that one on a rise ball. She's behind 0-1. Here John Wismath hollering, make her work down, make her work down. Wants to ensure that the Cougars get pitches to hit and don't chase up in the zone, and that time Tall takes. Makes it 1-1. This one hit on the ground towards third. Double play in order. On to second for one. The out at second is there on the transfer. So they cut down Fuentes, 2 away.
Number 21, first base.
That'll bring Sabrina Engelbrecht to the plate. Cougars down to their final out. But positive here in the third, the seventh. They pick up 3. One of them coming off Caldwell on a base hit. That doesn't get charged to Caldwell, but still, Engelbrecht ripped that one foul.
Ooh, that would have been a nice exclamation point on this inning. Just didn't quite get around on it.
I think might have hit the Sheriff's Academy out there to our left. That's way foul. And she sat on a changeup and just was out in front. She waits, she swings, she pops this one up in foul ground. Amato makes the play. That'll end the ball game. So the Cougars get 3 in the 7th. They give it a run, but come up short. Palomar takes it 7-3, and that will end the ball game. Jesse, thank you for joining us on this one. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Sticking
to all
around
the
for
viewers.
game 2?
Yeah, I'll be here back and forth. We got this other talented guy I want to see get some airtime.
Get some airtime by himself. Matt Frieda will have the next game for you. Stick around right now. Special presentation. Cougar tennis. The Western States Conference champion Cougar tennis team. Get to meet them, get to know them. Check it out.
My name's Jennifer Russell. This is my 3rd year at COC, and I play number 3 singles.
My name is Leslie Galaviz. I am a singles and doubles player.
Okay, so my name's Lauren Hanna. I am a sophomore, and I play number 2 doubles and number 6 singles.
Okay, my name is Ashley Villarta. I am a freshman here at COC, and I'm the number 1 singles.
My name is Lexi Mirzayan. I am a singles player, and I've already graduated, but I am here for the season and next.
I'm Hannah Hyber. I'm a freshman, and I play 5 singles and 3 doubles.
I'm Lexi Panovich. I am in my 1st year at COC, and then I am number 2 on COC women's tennis.
Lauren Neal, freshman, number 4 singles, number 3 doubles.
It means a lot. I never thought I could get like this far in my tennis career, and I'm just really happy and excited and proud of myself. My favorite memory from this year has to be our second to last match against Bakersfield. Just cheering on for Lauren Hanna, her last match here at home, and we were just so pumped for her, and we were just like trying to keep her going so she can win the match, and luckily she did, and so we were just so happy about that.
I'd probably say the best advice is to just, play to have fun. She never puts that pressure on you. Of course, we all want to win, but she never wants you to be playing stressed or unhappy. She wants you to have fun, and so she always tells us, just have fun out there.
We all just get along so well. We're all very different people, but we all just blend together. It's just been such a delight to know all of them.
Lauren Neal.
I don't know. Probably Lauren Neal. She just makes everyone laugh.
I'd say Lauren Neal is always making me laugh. I swear, she can never be serious.
Besides me, I would say Lauren Neal.
The funniest player on the team has to be Lauren Neal. And I feel like everyone has said Lauren Neal, but she is just so fun to be around. She's always hyped, she's always dancing, she's always hyping everybody up, and she's just the best.
I don't know, that's just kind of how I roll.
didn't really think I was a team player before I met my team. I really just wanted to be a singles player. I really just wanted to keep to myself. That's just how I am. And then I've learned that I really am a people person. I really just wanted to be here every single day, and I'm a lot more motivated than I thought I was.
Ooh, favorite pregame meal? Honestly, oatmeal with some strawberries and like protein powder. That was my favorite pregame meal, honestly.
Jersey Mike's, the number 7. Mike's Way, no onions, extra banana peppers.
Uncrustables. Uncrustables.
Recently, like the 2021 Eurovision songs, most of those are in the pregame playlist for me.
Pop and country, depending on the mood.
I listen a little bit of everything. I do, so probably country. I love country.
A nap.
FaceTime my best friend and tell her all about it.
Twizzlers. Always had a Twizzler after a game.
There was like this one time I like hit it overhead and like I made the girl fall to her knees, and I don't know what happened. She didn't do anything. She just fell, and I was like, oh my god, are you okay? But I think that was probably the funniest because there was also a lot of people watching, and like I looked at my sister and she just started laughing, so I couldn't hold it together, honestly.
Do it. No matter what, do it. It's totally worth it. Just go with it, and you're lucky to be here.
As long as you want to be here, it'll be fun.
I think just trust Patty and trust yourself and her guiding you, and just be devoted, and you're gonna have fun.
Just like be open. Don't be so closed-minded.
Future Cougars, this is probably the best school you could go to. It's a lot of fun. Just stay on top of your work. Use the TLC.
Join because we have a great team and the best coach.
You know, you have the best coach here. She understands you on a level that no other coach has for me. And that camaraderie that you get here, I feel you just can't get anywhere